Togozan. Welcome to Ezasendombeni, and I am your host, Moyo. Today we're going to be talking about a very exciting topic, which is amaphupho, ditoro, dreams. So, what are dreams? Well, dreams are, in most cases, directives. Dreams are what our subconscious minds gives us information on when we're sleeping. Because when you're awake, our conscious minds want to rule, govern, lead, direct. And most of the time, it chooses to be more rational than take instructions. So what are dreams? Dreams are tales and stories that you get to see during your sleep, where your guides and your angels, and in most cases, Badimo Bahao, come to you to speak to you about whatever it is that you need to be doing. Dreams are also very much a like for like of what's happening in your life currently. So they get to speak to us in symbols and less in words. And that's what dreams in essence are. Your dream can tell you everything you need to know about your stance in your life currently. You may be dreaming of falling down an endless pit. You might have a lot of anxiety in your life. You might be struggling with making a decision, and ultimately, you fall. And you falling in real life, maybe you losing out on an opportunity, you're not doing as well as you thought you'd do, and be chosen second instead of winning the actual prize that you were gunning for. Falling could mean a number of reasons, Dreams are what the great Carl Jung, the psychologist, says when he says that dreams are what our egos try to suppress during the day. So, what I gather from what he's saying is we are people who are very self-conscious, and we always want to live by a batho batlo ring phenomenon, We're always worried about what the next person is going to feel or regard of us, or how they're going to place us, or where they're going to place us. Sometimes we even have our own image of how we're supposed to look like. And, well, not everybody's going to be a banang. Or not everybody is going to be a sensation such as Casper. Right? So we have our own idea of how we're supposed to be, versus the narrative that Amadluzwetu have actually put out in front of us, that we don't necessarily want to be very accepting of. So dreams, in essence, are what, or rather are when the truth is revealed to us about ourselves. You will never imagine yourself being a sangoma. No one goes to Pick and Pay or to a store and says, "Can I have 10 kgs of ubungoma?" Right? And a side of prophecy and 2 bags of being able to levitate. No one goes up to anything and asks for such. If anything, we ask for being enlightened. We ask for guidance. We ask for life to be made easier in terms of us to be able to navigate through it and not have so many hardships as we usually do. But in your dreams, you see yourself in sangoma cloths, regalia. You see yourself in beadwork. You see yourself ukita. You see yourself doing all these magical things. You fly. You're being chased. You're surrounded by snakes. You're in water. You're in church uniform. I don't think half of that is in line with what you have imagined for yourself. Is it? There are 4 key points to look out for in dreams. 1. Where are you? Are you familiar with the place? Are you at home? Are you at church? Are you in a river? Underwater? Location is everything. Location, location, location. Still applies in this context. Where are you? Next thing. Who are you with? That's point number 2. Who are you with? Are you with friends and family? Are you with strangers? Are you with your enemies? Are you with your friends? The who. And what? What is your action? What are you doing? Are you singing, dancing, chanting, running, flying? What are you doing? It's quite important for you to realize those things too. And how do you feel? At the end of your dream or during your dream, how do you feel? How are you left to feel? Are you scared? Are you anxious? Are you worried? Are you happy? Do you feel blissful? How do you feel? You realizing all the familiarity around you shows a lot more of comfort level. Shows of a you've been here before. Even if in a dream you don't recognize anything about it, but there's a feeling of familiarity. Like, actually, I feel like I've been here before. Pretty much the feeling of deja vu. Because you know that, man, this feels very familiar. So, familiarity is also a very big point. Another thing also to look out for is detail, like, how are you clothed? Are you in church regalia? Are you wearing beadwork? Are you unclothed? Are you not dressed? What are the details behind your dream? I guarantee you, if you can pick out all these 4 points that I've mentioned to you now, you will be able to realize a lot of what your dream is letting you know. Alright? Because you can have a negative dream or something that's scary. For instance, someone wrote to me and told me that they had a dream where they were, well, my helper for one, right? So Florence tells me that she had a dream and she's freaking out when she's telling me the story. Oh my God, Coco, you won't believe I had such a crazy dream. I'm so glad to be alive. How, Florence? So much drama. Florence proceeds to say that she had a dream where she was underwater. There she is, swimming up a storm in the water. She can breathe. She can sing and dance underwater. Nice. That's what I say. And she's like, and then, Coco, there were like so many snakes. They were literally everywhere. And there was one sitting right in front of me and it was laughing. Ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, okay, Florence, this drama. So what does that dream mean? To her, it was scary. That's her feeling from it. She got scared because snakes, no one really wants to be seen, or rather wants to see a snake, like slide up to them and engage them for whatever reason. So naturally she'd be scared. But the snakes never ever did anything to her. So, Florence, really, why are you scared? And I said to Florence, come, let's go into the tub right now. Let's fill it up to the brim and let's put you under there and let's see if you'll be able to sing, dance and chant how you did in your dream. She's like, yo, Coco, no ways. I will never be able to do any of the things I saw in my dream. So I'm like, that's what it means, Florence. That's where you see that you are being able to be shown what's going on in your dream. You are a gifted person because you're being shown with incredible ability that currently in your everyday life, in your conscious life, you will never be able to achieve half of the things that you did in the dream, right? That snake is laughing at you, almost saying that, you know, we'll see for how long you can try deviate or try ignore or run away, but eventually you'll end up where we need you to be. And to them, it's all a big laugh because like how? Like, really? As if you don't know that we exist. Another thing about dreams, 2 points. So what happens if you don't remember your dreams? You can feel during the middle of the night that you are having a dream. You can feel even when you wake up that you actually had a dream. But you can't remember what the dream was about. What's up with that? You not being able to remember your dream has got to do with one of 2 things. It's either une istrito, which in essence means you'll always be losing of, right? And secondly, your homestead or the environment in which you stay has got negative and dark energies that don't allow for your dreams to flow easily and to be remembered. So your home would need a cleansing because why would your dreams not stay with you? You had the dream. At minimum, you best remember it. Secondly, the second point is What does it mean when you have a reoccurring dream? Reoccurring dreams, in one word, are emphasis. If I'm going to tell you something once, you may catch on to it, you may see the importance of it, or not. Move on with your life, be busy, and forget all about it. If I come back to you to remind you of it again, I'm emphasizing the importance of it. I'm stressing why I want you to do it. It's a directive for you to do. And if you missed it the first time, I'm going to bring it again because you may be looking at it very lightly and you're not taking what you should from it. So I'll come back and re-present it to you. So that's what reoccurring dreams in essence are for. I'd also like to talk to you about lucid dreams and dreams where you find yourself in a paralyzed state. Sleep paralysis also is very suggestive of anxiety that you're experiencing in your life. It's almost like you can't conclude on something. You can't get to making a decision on something. And it leaves you in that very anxious state where you feel trapped. You feel like you're in a pause. You feel like you are pinned down by something. In most cases, if you really pay attention, you will find that you largely experience sleep paralysis when you're lying on your back. In another language, it's called sekgateledi. So today, I'm going to touch on a few of the very popular dreams that people experience. They might not be the same, they might have a lot of similarities, but along my journey, I've realized that I have had all, if not most, of these dreams. Number 1, being chased. So you're in a huff and a puff, and you look over your shoulder, and there's these dogs, and they've got these teeth, and they're going to literally chow into you if they were ever to bite you or catch you. Or you're being chased by thugs and criminals, and they're being relentless. You keep running literally throughout your dream. You're huffing and puffing, and you wake up still. No one ever catches you. Dogs never actually bite onto your skin. And you survive. You wake up in a cold sweat and you're like, oh my gosh. So, what does that dream mean? It means that you are running away from something that is a part of who you are. You are running away from something that's a very big symbol of who you are. You're being directed one direction, but you want to go the opposite direction. So you keep running away from what you're called to do, whether it's nursing, whether it's being a farmer, whatever it is, whether it's broadcasting, whatever it is. You're running away from something that's innate in you, a very natural talent and gift that you have, and you instead choose to go an opposite direction. I tell my clients quite a lot is a thief will never break into a house with no valuables. Hence the chase. There's something that's very powerful and very beautiful about you that you never quite realize or come to meet or come to know, because you're always running away from it. And if you gave yourself half the time to focus in on it, you will realize that it's a lot easier gravitating towards it than all the other things that you have desired for yourself and wished for. Dream number 2, flying. So there you are in the dream. You may be running from something or doing something, and the only thing that you can do, or the only way you can get out of that situation, is to fly. Half the time, you don't even know that you can fly or you have that ability. But when you need it, it's there. And there you are, you spread out your arms, and all of a sudden there's wings that flow out of your arms, and you flap, and you're airborne. And you're like, hey, I didn't know I could do this. And you fly. Sometimes you can control the flying, sometimes you can't. And you literally have to wait for you to be brought back down to the earth, to the ground, for you to proceed in your dream with whatever you're doing. So what does that mean? The ability of flying again falls back to being gifted. Because right now, I could put you on the roof of the house or on the building that you're sitting in and say to you, so go on, fly. It's almost like I'll be setting you up for failure because we can't fly. We're humans. But in your dreams, you can fly because that's an ability. That's freedom that you have. That's the one place where you can exercise your gifts and your abilities. They're always there for you when you least expect them, when you least think you have the capability and the ability. But there you are, you're airborne. So use the talents and the gifts that you've been blessed with. You need to make sure that you follow up on these dreams. And the most popular dream number 3, this is then about snakes and big bodies of water. So you could literally be underwater and you have this amazing ability of being able to survive and live, and you're blending in with the fishes. Literally, you are housed underwater and you're like, what in the world is this? Or you are sitting in your house or you're lying in your bed and you are surrounded by millions and many, many, many snakes. And you're like, oh my goodness, this is overwhelming. What it means is, I'm going to mark with that. What it means is that is a way Idlozi comes to speak to us. That is a representation of Idlozi. Idlozi is shown with big bodies of water, large and many amounts of snakes, ability of being able to fly, and all these 3 put together individually on different days, however they present themselves to you, are very suggestive of a presence, Yedlozi. So you need to make sure that you are mindful of these dreams and you're aware that no, you're not watching too much movies or too much TV, but Idlozi is trying to reach out to you to have a more intimate and interesting conversation outside of the stuff that you may fill your days with. In terms of conversating with people, this is the stuff that's going to be a life-changing move for you. Dream number 4, deaths. So you may dream of your friend passing away, a family member, or even yourself. Don't be alarmed because it's not always that a dream will translate to an actual death. And there's a difference also to you being able to dream of a death that is suggestive of a transition in your life, a change of state, and you being able to have very prophetic dreams. These dreams will show you that a family member will pass, may even show the cousin that's related to the person, who's brothers and sisters with that person, may show you someone that's really close to this person, but not necessarily the person themselves. And then a few days later or an hour later after the dream, you get a phone call, such and such a person has passed away. There's a difference to you being able to see a death that's been shown to you in a dream and a death that actually happens. So this is a prophetic dream versus a dream that is very suggestive of a new state of mind, a new change in your life that's going to occur. Right? So, a death does not mean the end of someone's life. It's very suggestive of a change that is going to come. And in closing, I would like to suggest, or rather to advise, every single person watching this video to get themselves a dream journal. This is incredibly important because you can't rely on your mind to store all your dreams and put them in chronological order of dates of events. You know what I mean? Instead, get a dream journal, jot down the 4 important points that I've mentioned to you about your dream. And in essence, if you're going to read your book 6 months, 3 months from now, from the beginning till the end, you will realize that it's been talking towards something. It's been showing you a bigger tale outside of what you may see of your life on a day-to-day basis. So, if you're able to jot down your dreams, you will get more out of them. Because sometimes dreams don't go in isolation, but they group. So one dream will tell you from A up until to B. Another dream on another day, a month or two later, will pick up from the B all the way to an F. And another dream will pick up from the F and bring it all the way to the Z. So don't look at dreams in isolation. They go on collaborating and elaborating on each other. Something that I'd want to advise you on is tell people your dreams. Because the more you tell someone your dream, you gain a different perspective while you're telling the dream. And lastly, for a person who's incredibly gifted, and you're going through this incredibly difficult process in your life, and you're dreaming about ukobela wako or other trainees that you're training with, and you're dreaming of them in a very, very bad and negative way, please, for the sake of your own health and your own well-being, do not share these dreams with these people, because they still have authority and power to execute the things that you saw about them, and they'll see that you're goody two-shoes. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to simply share the harsh truths of the world that we live in now. So take heed and realize that the dreams that you're having are signs, are symbols. They're showing you what to look out for. So be mindful of such things. Not everybody's going to be receptive of the dreams that you also tell them about themselves that you saw. So everything take with a grain of salt. Be mindful. Let the person know where you're coming from and what it is that you saw, and it's up to them, it's their prerogative whether they'll action it or not, but you've passed on the message and gone with your day. But don't be a creepy somebody and go to people, and now it becomes an everyday thing, because it's going to be really, really, really disturbing to the other person, and they'll eventually close off and no longer be receptive to the things that you're trying to tell them. So please, be mindful of your dreams, and there's messages in everything for as long as you know where to look. I hope this video will be able to help you in deciphering your own dreams and those of the people around you. It's the most important thing that you can realize about the talents and the gifts that you're blessed with. Dreams are not just dreams. And no, you don't watch too much TV. That's the end of today's video, and I can't wait to present to you another topic next week, same time, same place, on your favorite channel, Moyo Speaks. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Tagazan, ndawe.